Vande Mataram, a cry that rallied millions of Indians for freedom. But how many of us know about the man behind this? Bankim Chandra Chatterjee, one of the greatest writers of modern India, whose death anniversary was yesterday. And this episode today will take a look at his remarkable life and career. Namaste. This is me, your Ratnakar. Called the Sahitya Samrat, widely regarded as one of the key figures in Bengal's literary renaissance, forged a new style, breaking away from the traditional verse oriented one and becoming an inspiration for modern writers. Born in Kantalpara, located in Bengal's North Parganas region, he was the youngest of three brothers to Yadav Chandra Chattopadhyaya and Durga Devi in an orthodox Bengali Brahmin family. His ancestors were from Deshmukho village in Hooghly district. His father later became the deputy collector of Midnapur, while one of his brothers, Sanjeev Chandra, was also a novelist known for his work Palamau. He did his schooling from Hooghly Collegiate School along with his brother, where he wrote his first poem, and graduating from presidency in 1858, he became the first graduate of Kolkata University and later got a degree in law. He was appointed later as deputy collector of Jessore, retired as deputy magistrate in 1891, and he was the subdivisional magistrate of Arambagh, and the ruins of a fort at Garmandaran would provide the backdrop for his novel Durgeshnandini in 1865. His writing career began with Sambad Prabhakar, edited by Ishwar Chandra Gupta. While he initially started with verse, he later turned to fiction. His first attempt at a novel was a Bengali one which he had submitted as part of a contest but did not win the prize, and it was not published either. Though the English novel Rajmohan's Wife was the first one to appear in print, it was Durgeshnandini, the first ever Bengali novel published in 1865, that would make him famous. Set against the backdrop of the Pathan Mughal conflicts during Akbar's reign, the novel revolves around a love triangle between Jagat Singh, a Mughal general, Tilotama, the daughter of a Jamindar, and Aisha, daughter of a rebel Pathan leader. The story was based on the legends of the Arambagh region, which were narrated to him by his great uncle, and though it was criticized by more conservative writers for the language, his contemporaries highly praised it, and it was later adapted to screen in both Bengali and Hindi. Around the same time, he also wrote an essay, Shakuntala Miranda Ibong Desdemona, comparing different female characters of literature, and is considered the first ever comparative analysis of different literatures in Bengali. Anandamath, his most famous novel published in 1882, set against the backdrop of the Sannyasi revolt of the late 18th century as well as the 1770 Bengal famine, that contained the iconic Vande Mataram, the music to which was later set by Rabindranath Tagore. Though the actual revolt was a failure, Bankim comes up with an alternative narrative where the untrained Sannyasi rebels defeat the East India Company. Anandamath was first published in serial form in Bangadarshan, the literary magazine founded by Bankim Chandra, and Vande Mataram caught on during the protests against Curzon's decision to partition Bengal. The novel would play a major role in inspiring the revolutionary movement in Bengal, and there was a 1952 Hindi movie adaptation of it starring Pradeep Kumar, Bharat Bhushan, Prithviraj Kapoor, Ajit, and Geeta Bali. He was particularly impressed by the Gaudiya Vaishnava effect on the culture of 15th and 14th century Bengal, and wrote a commentary on the Bhagavad Gita that was published 8 years after his death. In an essay on Sankhya philosophy, he argues that it was the central foundation of many religious beliefs in India, including Buddhism, and critiqued its emphasis on personal vairagya rather than political and social power. His other famous novel was Kapalkundala in 1866, loosely based on Shakespeare's The Tempest, about the heroine brought up in a forest who marries a young gentleman from the city, Nabakumar, but finds herself unable to adjust to that life. Again, Kapalkundala is set in Kontai in East Midnapur district, where Bankim thus served as a deputy collector, and it was one of his more popular novels translated into multiple languages as well as 4 movie adaptations. Devi Chaudhurani, about the heroine Prafulla shunned by her father-in-law who becomes a dacoit and is known as Devi Chaudhurani, a Robin Hood kind of figure who takes on the British. After Anandamath, it was his second novel that had a nationalist theme calling for resistance to the British rule through armed revolt. And one feature of Bankim Chandra Chatterjee's novels was the very strong woman characters in them, be it Prafulla and Devi Chaudhurani, Kalyani in Anandamath, Tilotama and Ayesha in Durgeshnandini or Kapalkundala. Strong, independent women, all of them. He was an excellent writer on science, published a series of essays called Vigyan Rahasya as well as many other essays on social issues. Apart from the Gita, he also wrote commentaries on Krishna Charitra Dharmatva and Devatatva. He also had a good bonding with Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, whom he used to visit regularly. Once Guru Maharaj, playing on the meaning of his name Bankim, which means bent a little, asked him what made him bent in a rather lighter manner. And Bankim Chandra Chatterjee replied to Ramakrishna Paramahamsa that it was due to being the regular kicks he got from the Englishman's boot, alluding to the fact that it was a known critic of the British rule. The legacy of Bankim Chandra Chatterjee endures in many ways. Rabindranath Tagore described him as a true Sabyasachi, creating works of literary excellence on one hand and guiding aspiring authors with the other. As per Aurobindo, the earlier Bankim was only a poet and stylist. The later Bankim was a seer and a nation builder. His novel Anushilan Tattva inspired Pramanad Mitra to start the Anushilan Samiti that would play a critical role in the Bengali revolutionary movement. Bankim Chandra Chatterjee was one of the icons of the Bengali Renaissance, whose Vande Mataram became the cry of the revolution, and Anandamath inspired many Bengali youth to plunge into the freedom struggle. A writer, thinker, philosopher, intellectual. Naman. So I hope you enjoyed my talk on Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. What is your favorite novel of Bankim Chandra Chatterjee from all which I have discovered here? Whatever your response, drop it in the comment box. And if you liked this talk, press on the like button, share it, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. This is me, your Ratnakar.